Good morning, everyone. What's going on? Welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and I am joined by my colorful co-host today, Mr. Courtney Revolution. What's going on, Courtney?
Good morning. Hello, Alex Schiffman. Hello to the Tea Tribe. Welcome to the morning tea. Hey, girl. How you doing today on What Wesley Say Wednesday with W? Hey, Wesley, I see you in the chat.
I am doing well because, Courtney, I told you that I recently moved. I moved over the break, and my couch arrived last night. So my binging experience has just leveled up. And I am so excited because I see some air over the move now. Moving is such a stressful process. And so I'm doing well. It's hump day. We're getting through the week. How are you doing, Courtney?
Alex, speaking in the vein of furniture delivery, first of all, congrats on your couch because in my apartment, I call it the glamorous sectional. Me and my friends always call it the glamorous sectional because it's just big and in the middle of my living room and there's nothing else there. So I feel that. I just had a table delivered last night for my front door. You know how you have like sometimes a front door and then you have like a table where you like throw your keys and mail and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had no table there, girl. It was like throwing shoes there. So me and my man, we said, you know what, we're gonna get a table. And it came last night, so I'm very excited.
Ooh, what does it look like?
Girl, it's like dark oak. It's like slender. It's like a little quirky. You know what I mean? When you come into my house, like it's not gonna look like the circus. It's gonna feel chill because I bring all of the energy to the center. You know, I'm the nucleus.
I completely understand. We're doing some neutrals here in my apartment, like you said, because we bring enough energy, right? So
Yes,
we don't need too much color. I love it. Well, good morning to the Tea Tribe. Of course, let us know in the chat where you're watching the morning tea from this morning. We love to hear it. Good morning to Emma, who says, good morning, Courtney and Alex. Good morning to Cheryl, who's also saying hello to us. I know, Kristen, I hate moving also. It's probably one of the, there are worse things in life, especially right now, but it's not a fun process. Good morning,
It's really not.
Carissa, who's coming from Jamaica. Oh, what I would do to be on a beach in Jamaica right now. Doesn't that sound good, Courtney?
I've never been to Jamaica before, but I need a Jamaican beef patty. That's what I would like. And Tea Tribe, if you live in LA and you know any good Jamaican restaurants with non-contact delivery, let me know. Non-contact. Drop it off at the door.
Tell me more about this Jamaican beef patty. What is it? Is
Alex!
it like a burger? What is it?
Oh my God, Alex. You ain't never had a Jamaican beef patty? Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, so a Jamaican beef patty, it's like a pastry. It's a savory pastry. It's flaky. It's good. In my opinion, I prefer it when it's a little bit soft. In the middle of a beef patty, Alex, it's just like beef. It's seasoned up real well. It's flavorful. Some people put cheese in their beef patty, or you could put it in between two pieces of cocoa bread, a little bit of cheese in there, girl. And it's delicious. Back in Pennsylvania, you could get there was like a really specific brand that you could get in Pennsylvania and just pop it in your little toaster, girl, and it come out nice and flaky, girl. You gotta have your napkin on your lap, girl, because if you bite into a good beef patty, all the flakes is gonna land up in your lap, girl. You just leave it on napkin, eat those right up afterwards, girl. Save for a little treat.
When flakes end up in your lap, that is something good, right? Like that has flavor in it. You're making me hungry. I also saw that someone's here from the Philippines. Do you have any delicacies you love from the Philippines, Courtney?
Oh, listen, Alex, I won't give away where I live, but in my town, girl, on my side of town, girl, there is a place that does the most amazing ube upside down pies. You know what ube is, y'all? It's that purple. It's like a purple sweet potato. Oh my God, Alex, this cafe, it has a lot of different ube confections there. Even like a ube latte, flavored latte type joint. Very good. So shout out to my ube lovers in the Philippines.
Love that. And then not only do we have Jamaica in the Philippines, Maya Lee is saying aloha from Honolulu. So, Courtney, any delicacy you can share from Hawaii with us?
Oh, Alex, you know I got you. So you guys know I used to work at Disney World, and one of the things that I had to do while working at Disney was work the Food and Wine Festival. And actually, Alex, the little
Fun.
stand that I had to work at the Food and Wine Festival was Hawaii. So shout out to barbecue pulled pork sliders
Oh,
with a pineapple chutney on top. I remember that's what I was selling. So yes, bam.
I
I'll be
love
eating,
that.
girl.
Oh my God, I'm starving now. I can't even think. But before we get into what we have on the show today, I see our girl, Miss Mika, in the chat. So, Courtney, let's do a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tea ya, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Wesley Say Wednesday to our girl Mika, all the way out there in Nebraska. Hey Meeks.
Oh, there we go. I love that. And Lawazi's coming from South Africa. And I'm not going to put you on the spot anymore, Courtney, because I don't know if you, if you know anything from South Africa. And we have too much tea to spill. So,
I just
do
know of
you?
The Color of Friendship. We won't get into food, but shout out to The Color of Friendship. It was a beautiful film on the Disney Channel, and it should be coming on in about 1 month for Black History Month.
Wow, that was a beautiful film. So thank you for reminding us about that. All right. Well, the tea is boiling as we speak. So let me break down what we have on the show today. An inappropriate JoJo Siwa game that has gone viral on TikTok. We're going to tell you all about that. Then Shia LaBeouf is getting erased by Netflix, literally. We'll tell you about that story. Then Dr. Dre's shocking brain aneurysm. T-Tribe, I don't know if you heard about this last night. Dr. Dre is in the ICU. Pretty scary that this happened. Also, Megan Thee Stallion is weighing in on a collab by DaBaby and Tory Lanez that fans are not happy about. We're also talking new music from Doja Cat, the Grammy Awards getting postponed, and what fans are saying about The Weeknd's newest music video and who they think a celebrity lookalike might be in it. Plus, for Car Jenner Tea Time, we're talking about Kylie Jenner's new hand sanitizer and just how serious Scott and Amelia's relationship really is. And finally, our OMT story of the day is all about Kim and Kanye's divorce news. We've been talking about this for a while now, but we do have some clarity. It may actually be official and happening. So things are not looking good for the future of Kimye. So stick around for that later on in the show because we are going to talk all about it. We got a mixture of like happy and also like some really, really difficult news on the show today, right, Courtney?
Yes,
But
ma'am. There's got to be balance. But Alex, before we get into it, you already know I got to put my disclaimer. I feel it in my bones today. May I
yes,
give it? May I pass it along? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Tea starring Alex Schiffman and me, Courtney Revolution. Now, Alex is the queen that drives our Corvette. And we have a lot of things to get to today on our highway on the road to tea. And trust me, we're going to get to Kim and Kanye. You will know when Alex Schiffman beeps us and I get the keys and pull us into the Car Jenner gate. So just sit tight. It's an hour-long show. So with that being said, hashtag don't rush us, and moderators and other lovely members of the Tea Tribe, don't be afraid to help our newcomers along as we, drive down the highway on the road to tea. Now, take it away, Shipman.
I love that you just said Corvette. Like, I love how you've officially kind of moved over to the TikTok side because you know that I've been a fan since the beginning. But literally, that is one of the viral, like, I will do the whole, right? I know we could do the whole dance for you, but it's only an hour-long show, so I love it. I'm excited that we have now joined the TikTok family together. All right,
Yes,
Courtney,
ma'am.
we have our hot water. Let's get into our You Missed It stories because there is so much to talk about today on the show. Cheers to
Bam.
life. All right. Okay. Some good stuff. Okay, if you're new here, we kick off the show with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry, Courtney and I handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we are talking about this JoJo Siwa game that she's apologizing for. So JoJo Siwa is apologizing for a branded game she recently released. Over the weekend, a video went viral on TikTok showing off some of the game pieces in the Truth or Dare Nickelodeon game JoJo's Juice. As you can see in the video, some of the cards ask inappropriate or creepy questions for kids in JoJo's audience space. The game is marketed as 6 years old plus. So questions such as, have you ever walked in on someone naked or had someone walk in on you? Or have you ever gone outside without underwear? And then in parentheses, a bathing suit doesn't count. Had the mom who shared the game on TikTok very confused. So JoJo herself released an apology on Instagram earlier this week. Addressing her fans, she said, quote, "Now, when companies make these games, they don't run every aspect by me. So I had no idea of the types of questions that were on these playing cards. I hope you all know that I would have never, ever, ever, ever approved or agreed to be associated with this game if I would have seen these cards before they started selling it." She also said that she had brought this issue to Nickelodeon's attention and that they had ordered a halt to the manufacture of the product. So what do you think of JoJo's apology, Courtney and T-Tribe? Do you think that she bears some responsibility since her name is on the product? And how did this game get past, Nickelodeon review?
Honestly, Alex, I feel like it's everybody's fault at this point. I feel like it's Nickelodeon's fault because this is supposed to be a game for like ages 6 and up, I think. Alex, right? And then
Yeah.
I feel like some of the responsibility, if not just JoJo Siwa, the responsibility falls on her team because we were discussing before the show. You had mentioned JoJo Siwa is very busy. She's high kicking, back flipping all over the stage. She's filming things, I'm sure, keeping her money up. She doesn't have time to look at every single, aspect of a product. I know I would make the time to, but I'm not JoJo. And I just wish that someone on her team would have just quickly went through each card and just made sure it's appropriate. She's a huge brand, so it's not good to have a scandal like this, especially as it relates to kids.
No, and that is so much of her brand is being kind of accepted by families and mothers and children because she is family friendly. So it's a serious thing. I think, like you said, everyone involved is a little bit at fault, but it's JoJo's team, not necessarily JoJo, that can handle this completely. But also Nickelodeon, unfortunately, bad move on their part, but who is making these? This is the real question. Like, who thought this was a decent idea? You know what I mean?
For 6-year-olds, for the 6-year-old babies.
It's really bad, but Nickelodeon did order a halt to the manufacture of the product after JoJo brought this to their attention. So they're making all the right move to kind of fix this. Just not a good look.
Keisha is asking, what's the basis of the game? Is it a card game or a board game? It appears to me, Keisha, that it looks sort of like a truth or dare kind of game, right, Alex? A friend of mine has a card game that's very similar, but same age. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's not. It's different when it's a grown person and this is someone that is putting out a product for children. Very strange.
Very, very strange. All right. Well, something else that is not so strange, but possibly a good move. Shia LaBeouf has been removed from all of the promotional material surrounding his latest film after the recent revelations from ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs. So as we know, FKA Twigs recently went public with allegations against Shia, accusing him of relentless abuse, including sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress. She has currently filed a lawsuit against the former Disney star. Now, with this news coming to light, Netflix has removed Shia from all of the marketing around their new movie, Pieces of a Woman. The film, premiering tomorrow on the streaming platform, is an Oscar darling after already getting praise from the Venice Film Festival. Netflix's erasure of Shia is everything short of removing him from the film altogether. They've taken him off of the For Your Awards consideration page, advertising images for the film, captions from the film, and the streaming giant has even stopped crediting his role in the production in press statements. Up until this point, Shia was expected to receive a Best Supporting Actor nod from the Oscars for his role in the film. Now that looks, of course, less likely. Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think of how Netflix kind of decided to handle this situation?
I wanna before I get into answering your question, when I get my thoughts together, I wanna ask the T Tribe. On a personal level, just you talking about you, not saying do you think everyone should, but do you T Tribe, still want to support Shia LaBeouf? Is this a film that you are curious about seeing? I see Wesley, he's saying in the chat, Pieces of a Woman available on Netflix January 7th. That's tomorrow, girl. So will y'all be watching? I feel like it was a good move to remove him because just off of the basis of victims of abuse, that's a trigger. You get what I'm saying? And you don't want the chance of someone, Alex, not saying that this is everyone, but there are some people that might see Shia LaBeouf, girl, and cancel the whole Netflix subscription, and that's money lost. So although
Right.
it is a good move, I still think that there's the curiosity aspect where people are really weirdly oddly timed that this film is coming out and FKA Twigs came out with all of this because I feel like with all of the hubbub, it might make people curious to watch, you know? I wish that Shia had nothing to promote when this came out, like nothing going for him, and it could just be like a go away or go to therapy or something. But now we're talking
Right.
about the movie.
Exactly. I agree. I think Netflix did do the right thing, removing him. However, the movie is still there at the end of the day. So I think it's up to consumers whether or not they want to stream it at this point. But now, would you say that they should remove, there's so much hard work and effort that has gone into this? Yeah, yes.
Before I get into the chat, I'm gonna make sure I hold my spot on that. Hold on. We're gonna get to you in the chat. Hold on. There was a lot of work that went into it, Alex, but I feel like pay those people and we'll see you on the next film. I feel like it's tainted and it's tarnished. I want to ask you, Alex, and I'm going to answer as well. And T Tribe, you also answer as well. Tal saying horrible things he did, but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve an Oscar. I completely disagree. I feel like if you are abusing anybody, man, woman, child, dog, disabled, not disabled, old, young, whatever it is, if you're abusing another human being, you don't deserve to be celebrated or awarded. But that is just my opinion. What do you think, Alex?
I agree with that as well. Receiving an Oscar, yes, some will say that it's about the body of work and it's about kind of your efforts in the actual art. So I understand that. However, that's why there's many people in a category. There are many people that do great work. So, at this point, I think it would be smart to honor someone that is doing better at life. All
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, not an abuser, especially with the Me Too movement and everything that went on. That was a big part of the entertainment industry, and I know it went far and wide as it should, but it really started there. So, yeah, it's tough, but I think Netflix made the right decision. All right.
Shout out to Netflix.
Shout out to Netflix. Okay, let's get into The Bachelor, because the new Bachelor, Matt James, opened up to Ryan Seacrest about what prompted him to join the reality show. Speaking during an interview for On Air with Ryan Seacrest, Matt talked about how his friendship with Bachelorette contestant Tyler Cameron led to his involvement on The Bachelor. So Matt said, quote, his mom, Miss Cameron, actually nominated me. She passed away around this time last year, and I think she saw how much it meant for Tyler and how much he grew as a man and how much she wanted that for me. And so it's homage to Miss Cameron. He went on to say that on top of wanting to honor the memory of her, seeing what being on The Bachelorette had done for Tyler and how it helped him grow as a person also inspired him to join the show. So what do you think of this kind of revelation from Matt of his reasoning for joining the show, T-Tribe and Courtney?
I thought it was a very cute sentiment,
Yeah.
and it was almost kind of like a gift. I feel like, anyone could have been the Bachelor, anyone can be the Bachelorette, but it was a very sweet story how he connected it all to his personal life and his friendship. I will say, Alex and T Tribe, that I did give ABC and Matt 2 hours of my time, 1 hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes, however much it was without the commercials, hour and 30 minutes. I watched it all from start to finish. It was very long. And I want to say I understand why I love some of my favorite shows, because I feel like they took some of the best parts of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, what have you, and they made it into what it became. You know, I Love New York, Flavor of Love, what have you. I will say this. It is very much a story. As someone that I watch a lot of reality TV, Alex, that they love to write a story up in that boardroom, wherever they are, control center. They be right. Alex, real quick, y'all, we're not going to spend too much time on this in case you don't watch The Bachelor. But girl, y'all, there was a woman that thought it would be cute to toss a fish at him, like a cute little, we're going to toss a fish at him. There was a woman, y'all, and I'm not going to get us demonetized, but she had her personal toy that she brought with her, ladies. And she thought that that was something that was going to make some sort of appropriate impression. We had a woman named Victoria. And Alex, here's my main thing, and this is maybe a small detail. If I'm going on The Bachelor, right, I'm going in the most glamorous, expensive, unique dress on earth. Every other woman on this show, you guys, was wearing the most basic, if you guys have Deb in your hometown, small town people, you know, basic Deb prom dress I have ever, silver glitter. Every woman, it felt like, every 3 girls, it was like a silver glittery dress. Where is the color? Where is like, you want to make an impression. What about that girl with the beautiful dress with the blah, blah, blah? He's not going to say that off of a boring silver tinsel dress. I had a lot of comments, but it was doable.
Right. You know,
it was doable.
I don't know if I'm happy that you have joined Bachelor Nation. I don't know if there are so many seasons that I want you to watch before just starting at Matt's, even though it seems like it's going to be a great season also, but just so you can like learn about everyone involved. And yes, it's not, everyone says it's not scripted, right? These are real feelings, real emotions, real relationships. However, there are producers on the show. So that create storylines around frontrunners. They can tell, you know, Matt's really into this girl, or, you know, this one is a little cuckoo, so we're going to make her, you know, have an extra glass of champagne. Yeah.
Before we transition, may I say one thing that really made me uncomfortable? And I was going to let it go, Alex, but I have to say this briefly, and I won't harp on it. For those of y'all that have not seen The Bachelor and maybe you are on the fence, I really need to leave y'all with this before we move on. And it bothered me, and I'm glad to see that, I'm glad I was late to watch it, because then I was able to watch other talk shows and this was brought up. There's a moment on the show in the beginning, Alex, where it's brought up that Matt is the first Black Bachelor. And it's a beautiful thing, and I have to be honest, great job. It felt as though Matt was letting us know. He said something to the effect of, you know, there's a lot of pressure on me, you know, as the first Black Bachelor. He was basically saying, y'all, I'm the first Black Bachelor, and we know that y'all want me to end up with a Black girl. That's what he said in so many words, you guys. And to me, the way he was talking was very much like, now don't be mad if we get to the end and it's one Black girl and one white girl and I run off into the sunset with the white girl. It very much gave me that. And I just want to let you guys know, from my perspective, I still feel like this is the first Black Bachelor, but I do feel as though that there is a chance that it is still the White Bachelor that just so happens to have a Black mask on it. That was the only thing, Alex, that made me go, ruh-roh, when I was watching it. You know what I mean, Alex? And there's nothing wrong with love is love. Believe me, as the gay Black man, I understand all about love is love. But it just felt too intentional. Like it just had to be thrown in there. You know, why couldn't me as a Black person be sort of left in suspense. Who is he going to choose? Who's the best woman? It didn't even have the color aspect, didn't exactly have to be mentioned in the way that it was. And his response made me just a little, it made me shift in the bed, girl. I said, I just wanted to say that, Alex. I couldn't let us talk about it and not get into that, you know?
Right. No, I hear you. And I think only time will tell as the season progresses, like what happens. But do you like him? Do you think he comes off like, do you think he's charming? Are you attracted to him?
Yes. I think I don't find him attractive to me. Like, he's not my type. But one thing I will say, Alex, he is charming. I feel like he's fun. He reminds me very much of those of y'all that have seen 12 Dates of Christmas. Remember we had Corey on? He reminds me of Chad on that show. He was like one of the men off of that. He reminds me of that. And so I was about him. I like Matt. I love Matt. Right. Just very interesting, that one thing. But watch it, y'all. Give it a chance.
Yeah, definitely give it a chance. What's interesting too is they're in like this, I think they're in Pennsylvania. They're on the East Coast, and it looks like the White House is behind him where they're doing it. So right. And every other season, Courtney, has been held at the Bachelor Mansion, which is it's on for those in LA, it's on Canaan Road, which takes you to PCH. It's in Agora. Little secret. Yeah, what's over there? However, I think it caught on fire. I may be starting drama, but I think something happened, which is why they had to find somewhere else. And also COVID, quarantine, bigger place, bigger party. All right. Or less of a party. Anyway, let's move on because this is not a Bachelor podcast. We have something to talk about.
I fell right into that, girl. 2 hours.
Very happy Matt joined, or we learned more about the reason why he joined. It's beautiful that he's kind of supporting his friend and his friend's mother who passed. It's all makes it that much sweeter. So want him to find love. All right, moving on to some scarier news about Dr. Dre. He was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA on Monday after suffering a brain aneurysm. TMZ broke the news yesterday as Dr. Dre was still in the hospital recovering from the traumatic condition. While many fans around the world were shocked by the news, the music mogul eased their fears with an Instagram post late last night, assuring them that he was recovering. He posted this, quote, "Thanks to my family, friends, and fans for their interest and well wishes. I'm doing great and getting excellent care from my medical team. I will be out of the hospital and back home soon. Shout out to all the great medical professionals at Cedars. One love." So this is obviously still a very serious situation for Dr. Dre, but we are glad to hear that he is doing well. Adding to Dr. Dre's troubles, his mansion, get this is kind of a new update, was nearly burglarized around 2 a.m. this morning in LA while he was in the ICU. I mean, devastating. Private security found 4 men casing the $40 million mansion in Pacific Palisades and called the police. Luckily, the men were arrested immediately before anything happened. What do you make of this news and with all of the kind of heightened problems surrounding, his life and also, hospitals and the pandemics? It's crazy right now. What do you think about this news?
This is absolutely insane, but Alex, it's not surprising. So like you guys know, you don't. Dr. Dre is in the middle of like a heated divorce. And what happened was the soon-to-be ex-wife, like a report out right before he had went to the hospital saying that her side had said that Dr. Dre had like over $200 million in cash and in Apple stocks. And then a couple hours after the brain aneurysm. And then a couple hours after that, people were trying to run up in his house. So it really, you got to be careful, Alex, out here. It's really not as cute as it used to be when we were in the 90s to like flex and talk about your money and talk about the things that you have. Thankfully, Alex, nobody was home but that security. You get what I'm saying? Right. No matter how you may feel about Dr. Dre or any of the people involved, we do not want anyone to lose their life, especially over money. Whenever when I hear situations like this, Alex, I think about Pop Smoke. You remember the rapper Pop Smoke?
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was gunned down last year, and I always think why. Like still to this day, he was so young, and we get like clips of him auditioning for movies and stuff. And I wouldn't want anyone in the industry, anyone in general, to be burglarized and murdered. So I'm glad that Dr. Dre is okay.
Me too. I am happy to hear that he's doing well and in a stable condition. Um, Brain aneurysms are very, very scary. I mean, it could happen at any time to someone, and
Hmm.
it's just heartbreaking. Um, and on top of that, having to deal with, a burglary, like we said, at least they kind of stopped it before it happened, but it's just crazy. And then he's also
Hmm.
dealing with this very public divorce, which I'm sure stress hasn't helped his health, doesn't help anyone's health. So it's scary.
Danny Stone is saying, I feel like whoever burglarized his home knew that he wasn't going to be there. And Danny Stone, you're absolutely right. The whole world
Yeah.
knew that he wasn't going to be out, that he had a brain aneurysm and that he was in the hospital. So it was like
Wow.
we found out about the money, brain aneurysm, and then he was burglarized. So that's what it was. Got to be careful, you
Wow.
guys.
Very careful. All right. Well, speaking of being careful, Tory Lanez has announced a new track with DaBaby, and Megan Thee Stallion fans are furious. Posting to his Instagram account yesterday, Tory promoted the new collab with this picture of the two rappers apparently performing some kind of exorcism. Fans were not pleased by this news and called DaBaby out for his association with Lanez, especially since DaBaby and Megan are frequent collaborators, as we know. So Twitter erupted in comments about the new track, with some fans going off with tweets such as, quote, "DaBaby working with Tory Lanez is why Black women be saying that we're weak and embarrassing." Another fan said,
Mm.
"I knew it, so Tory is still harassing Megan." He posted that on Instagram knowing the song was old and wasn't cleared. "This is get Megan's attention and mess with her mental and emotional state. This is harassment." Now, apparently the song Tory is promoting was recorded a while ago. Megan herself weighed in on the hate she saw going on and responded with this tweet. She said, quote, "That ish was old and not cleared. Crybaby video dropping soon." This tweet seems to suggest that
Mm.
Megan doesn't have a problem with DaBaby and that she sees this as old news. So should fans just take a hint and ease up if Megan's okay, or do you think they have, um, something to talk about?
Do you guys, and Alex, maybe you knew someone once upon a time ago. You ever knew maybe it was your friend that had a boyfriend and the boyfriend cheated and then she broke up with him because she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, and then he acted crazy and was crying and all that and saying he was going to do stuff to himself. You ever knew someone that was dating somebody
Oh,
like
yeah.
that? This feels like that to me because I don't understand how I feel like at this point, Tori, walk around and film videos and go on Instagram and stuff, you almost practically got away with it. We done forgot about you at this point. The way I look at it, Tory Lanez is basically in the waste basket with the rumors with like August Alsina. That feels like so long ago. So the point I'm trying to make is, why are you still trying to like passively aggressively like antagonize her? You know what I mean? You knew what the reaction would be by putting this picture up.
Right.
But also, I feel like it's a little calculated, Alex,
Yeah. That's
because
right.
debate. Tory knows that whatever he does in relation to Megan will get him more attention, but Megan already flipped the script because that Crybaby song is very viral on TikTok right now. And if she dropped that
Mhm.
music video sooner than later, it'll go. So, Tory, bye. Get a step stool. I'll let you borrow
Yeah,
mine.
I agree. You know, it's just unfortunate timing. Like you said, it seems a little bit calculated. Even, Megan herself said this was an old song, and not cleared. So it's just like, why now? Like, there's no one else you can collaborate with. Um, yeah, it's just messy. All right. Well, let's get into some exciting news. Music news, Doja Cat continues to tease fans after announcing a new possible project back in December. Fans are pretty sure that a new album titled Planet Her is in the works for the star, and after her most recent tweet, they have a lot to look forward to. Posting to her Twitter yesterday, Doja Cat left fans with this cryptic tweet. She said, "Following them for a reason. Guess why?" With a wink. Fans have connected some dots after seeing that Doja is only following 8 people on Twitter, each of whom are suspected as being a part of the new album. This list includes French Montana, Megan Thee Stallion, ASAP Ferg, Saweetie, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, Young Thug, SZA. I mean, what a list. So does this, list of possible collaborators get you excited about new Doja Cat music?
I mean, it's an impressive lineup. I wonder when this album is supposed to come out. She's coming out and
Yeah,
revealing the features. You know what miss? I miss there was a time period, Alex, where artists would come out and not tell us who was on the album. And then
right.
when the album's out, it's like, oh my God, Lady Gaga is on this album. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of miss that. Because what if I don't like
Right.
none of those people, but I love Doja Cat? I might not be excited for the album. But thankfully, I like more than half. So
Yeah.
good job. Is a full package performer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
whatever good music that she puts out this year, she's better have a good stage to light it up. Because I feel
Yeah.
like Chloe and Halle raised the bar very high last year in terms of running an era into the ground. Not even into the ground, but just the longevity. Chloe and Halle and The Weeknd, I'll give them. I didn't even like The Weeknd's last album, but they are good at extending an era. And now that I think about it, Doja Cat has just done that because Hot Pink, the era probably just ended 2 weeks ago, and it's been out forever. She's still performing songs off of that album as early as a few weeks ago. Mm.
Yeah. I agree with you in the way that you kind of like a little surprise not knowing he's on the album, but I also think like right now, currently, when, appearances, concerts, things are canceled, they kind of need to do a little
Mm.
extra teasing and promotion in order to get, fans excited and people buying the album. So I kind of appreciate that she did this too because it gets me more excited. I mean, now I'm tuned in and ready for it. So super cool. And like you said, she is a awesome performer. So I'm excited for kind of the future of her career. But
Yeah, I'm
speaking
excited. Go off.
of careers, Courtney, some sad news coming from the Grammys as the Recording Academy has announced that the Grammy Awards, originally scheduled for January 31st, will be postponed due to concerns over the spread of coronavirus. Taking into consideration the host, staff, and artists scheduled to perform at the show, the ceremony has now been scheduled to take place on Sunday, March 14th. So the Academy released this statement yesterday regarding the change. They said, quote, "Nothing is more important than the health of safety in those in our music community and the hundreds of people who work tirelessly on producing the show. We want to thank all of the talented artists, the staff, our vendors, and especially this year's nominees for their understanding, patience, and willingness to work with us as we navigate these unprecedented times." So the Grammys are set to take place in LA, which adds to the issues surrounding holding the event as cases of COVID-19 in California and LA County in particular at an all-time high. Regardless of what you think about the Grammys, do you think this was the right decision as other award shows have continued to air despite the pandemic?
Alex, this is a joke, and I don't mean hee hee ha ha. If it's one thing that really irks me, I really, really, really hate when people do not prepare. And it just seems to me that we've been in a pandemic for almost an entire year. And I don't understand why the Grammys did not prepare. I feel like the VMAs had time to prepare, and they put on a full-fledged Kiki Palmer getting this neon, Lady
Yeah,
Gaga, Grande coming out and your mask on. I don't understand why they didn't follow suit. At the end of the day, the fans just want to see who wins so that we can brag about the accolade. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. So, put the host in a gown, have her twirl around the living room, and let's get the show on the road. Waiting until March is dumb. Like, just not even to put a damper on everyone's day, but like, what if the pandemic isn't any better? What if we're still in the same exact spot March 14th? Then what are they going to do? Postpone until Christmas? Right. Oh no. Harry Styles need to get his Grammy. Period.
Yeah, I think as everyone has shifted into a more virtual viewing of these award shows, like you said, they've had enough time, but I think just in general, a lot of in-person productions have been postponed as cases are going up. So I think when they were in pre-production, we were kind of getting more hope as things were getting back to normal, and then a new surge came. So I think they had to kind of reroute the Corvette, and but I agree with you. Who knows? Come March, we may still be dealing with this. So there does come a time where someone, the big guys have to make a decision and say, okay, then we're just going to do this all virtually. Nominees all come from their home, and maybe it's not the same Grammys this year. And that's something that's happened with all celebrations,
You know what I want? Yeah. I'm hoping, Alex, that with this time that they'll plan a virtual celebration just in case.
Right.
Because they should have had this as the backup plan.
Yeah. I also love that you said put the host in a dress because Trevor Noah is the host. I don't know if I've ever seen him in a dress, but he would look good.
Well, put him in a dress! He can make a Harry Styles joke!
I love it. All right. Well, moving on. We're talking about The Weeknd, whose fans got more than they bargained for out of his latest music video release. So dropped yesterday, The Weeknd's latest video for his song Save Your Tears left many fans doing a double take after they noticed a conspicuously familiar looking model appear in the video. One YouTuber commenter pointed out, quote, "How is no one talking about how the girl looks so much like Selena G? Like this song is about her if you actually listen, and the video confirms it." So fans continue to point out similarities between the actress in the music video and Selena Gomez, listing off different music videos or appearances by Selena and how they resembled what appears in The Weeknd's latest drop. So do you think The Weeknd hid a little, homage to his former girlfriend in the music video? Or do you think that this will kind of blow up to anything more? Or you think are people just reaching?
You guys, I'm not shading Abel. Listen, I'm up in the House of Balloons with all the rest of y'all. But I don't think that Abel or Selena are thinking about each other at all. I know that there are some people that are like, there are some people that watch this show, Alex, and this is not shade to y'all either, but are like, Abelina, it's gonna happen again. Abelina, the best relationship Selena been in. Abelina, we need it, and they need to collab, and I'm just like, I barely even remember them barely remember them dating. So right. I just don't think that it was intentional. Beautiful girl. But I don't think that she's trying to be in the house of Gomez. I don't think that was the intent.
Yeah. No, I understand why they would make the comparison. They're both beautiful girls. The hairdo, the earrings. I see what's happening.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a reach. And I don't know why anyone is not talking about The Weeknd. I mean, forget the lookalike. It looks like a completely different person. I don't know if he's supposed to be like a old lounge singer like from the 70s. I don't know what that look is, but those luscious lips and the cheekbones are, what's going on there, Courtney?
First, let me shout out Travis. I don't want to miss it. Travis is saying, my girl Selena truly has everyone wrapped around their fingers like a ring, ring, ring. Love Abel though, but people need to leave Selena, Justin, and Abel alone. Shout out to you, Travis, and I agree. Alex, I thought that we spoke about on the show that when The Weeknd had the bandages on, or maybe I read it independently, my bad if we didn't talk about it on the show, that he had the bandages because we did, right? About blinding lights, and he was in the car crash or he was drunk or something like that, and that's why he had the bandages on. So maybe he was in the car crash and then he said, well, let me my face because now I'm disfigured. And he said, well, bam, here we are, Joan Rivers. And I don't know, I was surprised, but didn't it remind you of like The Mask, like Jim Carrey? Yeah. Like very much, yeah. Thank you, Will, for hitting it. That's very much giving me Jim Carrey in The Mask. What's Jim Carrey up to? We need The Mask too. We need that. The Mask ever have a baby? Maybe the weekend could be a
Wow,
friend.
that is a beautiful comparison. That is nice. Um, amazing. Yeah, that's what I care more about than the Selena Gomez look. But like you said, I always forget sometimes that they dated. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a, but I just don't think of it often, and so I have to be reminded every time I hear it. So listen, the Weeknd's doing something. This is a new era for him.
He's grabbing our attention. Cause see how we talk about him, girl? We barely even mention him like that. But now, girl, he's giving me. Oh, look at this. Shaden Freud. I can't pronounce your name. Sorry. They're saying Jay Leno chin, and I agree. Very much giving me a Fairly Odd Parents Crimson Chin moment. I agree. Good job, Abel.
Good for him. New look, new year. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time to get into our favorite family for our Card Jenner tea time. So, Courtney, get us in those gates. Here are the keys. Do this.
Alrighty, you guys. If you are all set for all of this tea from behind the Card Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Card Jenner tea time! Please give this video a thumbs up.
All right. Well, first up, we are talking about Miss Kylie Jenner, who has just launched a new hand sanitizer through her Kylie Skin line, and fans are having mixed reviews. The new $7 sanitizer was just released yesterday and boasts 80% alcohol with added glycerin to keep hands from drying out. While some have found this to be the perfect flex product to help battle the pandemic, others are coming for Kylie online, claiming that she is using the product to profit off of the coronavirus crisis that is sweeping the world. One fan tweeted, quote, "Kylie really made Kylie Skin hand sanitizer, like, let's profit off a pandemic." Many other fans echoed the sentiment and slammed Kylie for trying to make a quick buck. Others defended Kylie and said how excited they were for the product. So, Courtney and T-Tribe, do you think that Kylie is just profiting off of the pandemic, or is this a reasonable addition to her skincare line?
Alex Schiffman. Gotta be honest. I really wish that Kylie would just give the girls hand sanitizer and call it a day. But I get that you don't become a billionaire by being giving 100% of the time, right? I get why she would sell the hand sanitizer. I personally just wish that she wouldn't and found another way to sneak it in and get it to people. Like, for example, how about Alex?
Like a free one in a lip kit.
Alex, I was gonna say, even if you bought something from Kim, put a little hand sanitizer in there. If you order from any of the Card Jenner brands, Talentless even, you get a free Kylie hand sanitizer. That's not only helping people, but it's also the marketing to help her brand as well. Right. I just wish that she would have sent it with a purchase. I know my girls over at Paula's Choice, non-spons, they love to send a little lanyard, girl, a little makeup bag. When I get my little exfoliator every 60 days or so, they love to send a little gift. That's why I keep on coming back. So I wish that Kylie would have thought about it a little more. But of course, there's a market for virtually any and everything. So I'm sure that the people that buy it just for the novelty of it all.
Yeah, I think I hear you. I think that would have been a smart move, and I agree with that. But I also will say that I'd rather have Kylie selling hand sanitizer than a lip kit for $7. You know what I mean? At least it's selling something positive. I've seen on Amazon during this pandemic, hand sanitizers up to like $35. Like when it really first hit and we were all like running to the stores for, toilet paper and groceries and trying to find Clorox wipes and hand sanitizers, it's got really, really bad. So I don't think she deserves all this hate. I hear the critics. And like you said, I think a better kind of solution would have been that with her branding, just throwing an extra one in, but again, there's other celebrities. She's not the first celebrity to, be putting out hand sanitizer. So
Mhm. It makes it feel like, Alex, because she shut a whole factory down to do it. And this is my
yeah,
fault. You know what happens when you assume, Alex, right? So when we got the news that she had like shut down a whole factory so that she could produce it, I just had it in my mind like, you know what, billionaire Kylie, she gonna come through, girl, and just drop hand sanitizers from the sky, girl, from the helicopter, girl, just toss them out, baskets full, hand sanitizers.
yeah.
Girl, she said, if you don't give me $7 plus shipping and handling, a mess. It better be free shipping and handling, y'all, for real, for real. Because if that's not the case, Alex, girl, good luck. Shout out to me.
That's a good point. But let's move on. And I forgot that we so let's beep on over to Scott and Amelia, because Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin spent New Year's Eve down in Mexico this year, and sources have recently revealed what this means for their relationship. So speaking to Hollywood Life, sources say that while the couple are happy together, this is much more casual than people are giving them credit for. The source said, quote, Scott and Amelia are still just having fun, and it's nothing serious. They took a vacation just to get out of town and nothing more. They enjoy each other's company, and that's all for right now. The source continued by saying that while they definitely like each other, Scott isn't at the point where Amelia is going to be meeting the kids or anything anytime soon. This couple have been paired together since Halloween, but it seems as if this is more of a fling for the two of them, or, casually dating. So does this news change the way you look at Scott and Amelia, Courtney, T-Tribe, and what it might mean for them in the future?
I mean, they're telling us what we already knew. We already knew it was a fling. We already knew they having fun. We already knew they not getting married. We already knew Amelia not gonna be nobody's step mama. So I guess cute. Was it Sophia wanted something more serious and that's why Scott and her broke up? Like, what's the deal? I thought Sophia wanted him and now he's just ready to have some fun. When does the fun end, Alex? How about this? As a woman, Alex, when do you think of the fun end for a man? And T-Tribe, answer the same question. Just for a man specifically, when do you think the fun should end? The going out, the hanging out, the midlife crisis. When do you think you would be like?
I think it's different for everyone. Of course, when children are involved, the fun should be put on the back burner because there's a new focus. However, I think when the man is ready, I mean, you can't change someone who doesn't want to change. So when they're ready, that's the time. I mean, we can say a certain age. We can say, 35, 40. We can say any age we want. But if the man doesn't want to do it, or woman, they're not going to do it. So I think it's really up to the person, don't you think?
And you can't be raising no man either. That's also it,
No.
Amelia. You can't be raising no man. And maybe that's why Scott is easily drawn to the young girls, because maybe older women would easily pick up on the fact that Scott really ain't got nothing going on. You get what I'm saying? Outside of the material stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, well, let's move on to our own tea story of the day, because we are coming to the end of the show and we have to talk about this very, very sad but kind of expected news to a certain point. People magazine is reporting that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's marriage may be coming to an end soon. E! has also reported, page 6, many sources have told the publication that Kim is preparing to file for divorce from Kanye and has even started to work with top divorce lawyer Laura Wasser to start proceedings. The source tells People, quote, Kanye knows that she's done. She has had enough, and she told him that she wants some space to figure out her future. He's okay. He's sad, but okay. He knows the inevitable will happen, and he knows that it's coming soon. So page 6 is even reporting that the settlement talks are already underway and that both Kim and Kanye understand that divorce is imminent. I hear that their, I think it's like $40 million Calabasas home is like one of the talks in the settlement that they are trying to figure out. This news follows months of very difficult, relations between the two, despite Kim insisting that they are working through their issues together and that things are getting better. And another source claimed that really Kim is solely focusing on the kids, which is why she hasn't actually, started, the divorce papers, the actual signing. That's what's holding her back. Is this the right decision for the children? Which I can't even imagine. So what do you think of this news, Courtney and T Tribe? And do you really think that it's over for Kimye?
Yeah, it's over for them. And thank the Lord. Now, y'all, if you were here just 48 hours ago, I literally sat up in my lime green chair. Shout out to the big green chair. And I told y'all that it felt as though Kim was waiting for the holidays to be over. Like, it doesn't make sense to decide that you want to divorce someone right before Christmas.
Right.
But it also doesn't make sense to sit up there and fake it through Valentine's Day, right? So I'm not surprised at all. Alex, do you think that this is why Kim just sold like 20% of KKW to like Cody, like the same thing that Kylie did, I guess, with the Kylie brands? Do you think that she was planning on divorcing Kanye and she wanted to get some of her business affairs in order before the paperwork started to be drawn up?
That could be very true. That's a good point. I don't doubt that. I think that this is something that she and Kanye have been struggling with for a while. I think there's a lot of love there. They obviously have, children together. But I also think that a relationship ends for a reason. And some people are better apart. And like we've said many times, sometimes that's healthier. And if the relationship together is toxic, if, it's not doing well, then maybe it's best to go their separate ways. So while it's sad and wish the best for both of them, at this point, it must be what they have to do.
It's very unfortunate, Alex. But like our good sis Wesley said, and I think me and Wesley were talking about this on Twitter yesterday. Shout out to Wesley. It is your day. He said this is good material for the Hulu show. And I mean, Alex, what a way to start an era. You get what I'm saying? That is the hook. Because I think I might have even questioned, like, if they're going to do another like a something on Hulu and it's not something related to the businesses, what is the story going to be? They need something, and Alex, this is the something. How interesting will it be to see Kim wear clothes that doesn't look like she's going to the moon in 1920? Like, she's going to go back to, her old style. And honestly, I'm ready for that.
I'm excited.
Put your body count Forever 21 dresses back.
Listen, I, have always loved Kim's style, but, I'm going to be honest, going into, not that the fashion part of this is the important part of this at all. However, to your point, I agree. I think the fashion has definitely changed. The style has changed. Of course, we've heard its influence from Kanye. So maybe we'll see a new Kim come out of this, or an old Kim,
An old and improved.
An old and improved. But all in all,
I think this could be Kim's Tyga moment. You remember how Tyga and Kylie split, and then Tyga ain't lost since? Tyga has not lost since him and Kylie split. Period. This could be Kim's Tyga moment. Kim, you bet not miss. Every inmate better be released now. You can't lose now.
Right. Oh man. Well, again, sad to see it happening, but also just want the best for everyone involved. Wish them the best.
Alex.
Yes.
Before we wrap the show, I'm sorry.
No.
I just want to say I see y'all in the chat, and the reason why we're not talking about that is because it's not true, and we're not giving that platform to that person. That's why. So, what you heard ain't true, and we're not giving attention to that person. Next case.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. That is all the tea we have to spill today on the show, but we will be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, for Thick Thursday, where our docket is always thick with tea, so make sure to join us. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. We love to read them. Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you want more of me after the tea, I'm all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Corvette. Also have my own individual YouTube channel, so click subscribe. Just take my name, put it up top. It all comes up. Where can they find you, Shiftman?
You can find me on all social media platforms, just like that, my name, at Alex Schiffman. And on that note, Courtney, it's time to get this tea off our hands, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.
Alrighty, we'll see ya 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's into man. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your. Scrub your hands.